Rodeo fans. I'm Richest, and I'm your host of Reno Rodeo Live at Midday. And you guys, we have a great show for you today. You're going to love every minute of it. And so, because we have such a great show, we decided to do a huge giveaway today. We are doing 2 viewing party tickets plus rodeo bucks. You guys, these are the things that you want. They are scratch offs. First of all, we have a scratch off. And free money for you to go spend. You guys, I've got a new blazer, I've got new jewelry, I have shopped till I could drop. And so now it's your time. You have to go shopping till you drop. So if you stay online with us to the end of the show, you are entered into that giveaway. And just enter in I Love Reno Rodeo. That's all you got to do today. Stay until the end of the show. But that's not it. There's more. Wait, there's more. I know. And so we are actually giving away some tours giveaways. And so we can talk so you can see right here. We have these awesome tours jackets that were given to us because it is Tours Night, and we're going to talk more about that in a second. But we have 2 awesome Tours jackets to give away to 2 different people. So if you want to win any of these giveaways today, make sure you stay on to the end of the show and write I Love Reno Rodeo in the comments, and we will pick a winner at the end of today's show. We are so excited that it's Tours Night, and in addition to those giveaways, if you are coming down to the grounds tonight, the first 2,000 people are winning a bandana from Tours if you are 21 and up. And so it's going to be a great night. Well, the days may be slowing down. We are ramping up in energy, and so we have a full show and tons of highlights. And so we want to just talk about a couple of highlights from last night. So see if we can go there. You guys, Reno Rodeo, well, we plan everything up to a T. We can't always promise that the animals are going to participate. So check out Mitch Pollock. He's up in the middle of the Saddle Bronc event, and he's planning on winning, obviously. And then the horse says something different. And so here we go. And so you would assume that he's going to come out with a big buck, and instead he is just admiring the crowd and looking for a carrot, it looks like. And so he's out in the arena, and of course, our amazing rodeo foundation throws him a football in the middle of it because why not make it even more fun? And so, of course, Mitch is just a good sport about the whole thing, and what a wonderful thing. But that's the best part about a live event, especially here at the Reno Rodeo. And so, guys, you have to come down. I mean, I can't imagine. Just look at his face. He's like, what are we doing here? But that horse is here for it. Look at ears forward, looking at the crowd, all the excitement. So, speaking of excitement, we have a couple of housekeeping things we want to go over with you guys because we know that people are coming down. Tickets are sparse around here. That is why these viewing party tickets are so important. Because if you do not have tickets for live performance, it's okay. You can still come down there and you can still participate. But there are a couple of things beforehand that I want you to know about. So security at the Reno Rodeo is we are top notch around here, and so our security guys are wonderful. They do an amazing job of keeping us safe. But just so you know that there's a clear bag policy this year, and so I would hate for you to have to park and then walk all the way back to drop your bag off. Ladies, I've been there, done that. You don't want to do that. So just come down with your clear bag and let them check you out, get you through. And so if you are starting to think about parking for tonight and for the live performance, know that it's a little tight. And that's because it's a really popular event, but we have something for you. We have free transportation to the rodeo. You guys, all my friends who came down to the live performance last night, and they took these things, and they have these bus stops. First of all, the party starts the minute you get on these buses, and so you can be picked up from the GSR or the UNR baseball field, excuse me. And they have drinks, they have music, it's a vibe. They bring the energy, and so you can start your rodeo night off with some fun. And so they will take care of you, they will drop you off front and center, and then take you back at the end of the evening. And so you want to be able to do that. And then you can join us at the carnival. And so these tickets, $10 get you into the viewing party, but also into the carnival. Bring your kiddos down. It's a great time. Bring your friends, your family. It opens at 4 p.m. $10 gives you all access to all of it. And there's amazing food. You guys will have these chips, and then you have these cake fries. And they're amazing. I can't say the word every time. But you can try them out for yourself because they are. And I can promise you that because the food, the vendors, the shopping, it's where you want to be, especially because it is getting a little warmer outside. And if you want to watch the performance, you can watch it in the air conditioning in the indoor arena. It's amazing. Maybe that's not your thing. Maybe you want something a little bit more private. You can actually go up to the dark bar. And so we have some footage here that you can see the indoor viewing party from the dark bar. And you can go up there. I'm going to be up there in a little bit. I'm going to show you how to make a cocktail later because it's party right here. The energy is pumping up for tonight's performance. But you can go up to the dark bar. You can buy tickets at our Reno Rodeo office. You can also visit our website, renorodeo.com. They have amazing drinks because the food up there is delicious. And they have live music every night. I stopped by there last night to see how the energy was, and it is the place that you want to be. It's amazing. There's so many options. So just know that just because you don't have tickets to tonight's live performance doesn't opt you out. So I want to just remind you, today we have a couple of giveaways. We have this viewing party, we have rodeo books, and then we have these amazing jackets. So make sure that you stay online with me to the end of the show so that you can enter into for the giveaway. And just mention that you love Reno Rodeo. Easy peasy. This is not a crazy giveaway, but I want to make sure that you have these old school jackets in your hands. And so I would love to give a shout out to one of our advertisers who has helped promote Reno Rodeo. And so Durham Athletics, we're just appreciative of what you do. And so Reno Native and nurse practitioner Angie Rupert is down there. She specializes in Botox, fillers, microneedling, and medical weight loss. Durham helps you look and feel your best inside and out. And so check them out at durhamnd.com. That's DURMND.com. So I'm going to throw to a break, and so we'll be back in a little bit, but stay tuned. You're not going to want to miss this show.
You learn a little something over 150 years. Starting is hard, but on the other side of that fight is legacy. Coors Banquet. Start your legacy.
Welcome back, Reno Rodeo fans. I'm here with two special guests. This is our duo, and we're going to get to meet. I'm here with Tommy Kepler, and I'm here with John Shaw. And we're going to share a little bit about what goes on behind just the brand and the beer can, the Coors, and how it actually goes from branding all the way to the rodeo and what are talking about, and more of the intentionality of why they work with Reno Rodeo. So, would you like to introduce yourself and tell us a little bit about what you do? Well, I'm John Kepler. I'm a long time ago former Miss Rodeo manager. 2 months prior to giving up my national title Coors manager. So I got here at the National Coors Rodeo. I could like to bring out, or clean out, put on the burn out. I love that. I love that. And so what do you get to do now? I'm the national event coordinator, so I work with local distributors and my job with those sales executives. I'm activating rodeo at retail, the right tools to go to retail. I have negotiated contracts. I wear a lot of hats, and I work with all of our brands inside my own account program. So it's a great job. I've been doing almost 40 years now, so I love it. Again, when you talk about it, so I appreciate that. Speaking of a lot of hats, you're going to share a little bit with us just the background of Coors today, so I'm excited to hear more about that. And then, John, tell me a little bit about your role in this.
So I'm the distributor, so I was founded in 2015.
Okay. And so, what would you guys say is your favorite part of your job? You just kind of wearing a lot of hats and going a lot of places. What's your favorite part? The favorite part would be when I actually get to go to a rodeo, like coming back here to Reno, because everywhere I go, I make my really like family. It's time for me to be able to social network. And Reno's really special because a lot of the national partners of the POCO come here. And when we're on the road, we really don't have time to spend together. And so here, I actually get an opportunity to sit down and talk to my partners and spend time with them. So that would be my favorite part, is the traveling and getting out to the rodeo. Oh my gosh, I love that. I think you enjoy it.
Yes, being able to look at the people that being able to localize and know those community people wants the same thing. And so finding the special way to really strong brands to match knowing what's going to work in how to make things successful. We are tired of presenting the best option to the consumer. Not marketing, not necessarily cutting stuff. So we know that dynamic and being local helps us do that.
That's great. And speaking of local, so we know that these are more than just here. Care about community. And so how did you get involved with the Reno Rodeo and partnering? This partnership started clear back in 1980. We started with the PRC in 1978, but we were selling naturally our beer at that time. But as the brand grew, we started reaching out, we were distributing, selling the products. So rodeo is very, very community. And the local brand, our values is community, family, home, legacy. And so, with the rodeo being so community, every person in town is at one time a year, they get to come and pull them out and dress, and they're counted for it. And so, that's why we support rodeo, because people can really exist. Their core values are the same. And then how long have you guys been in partnership together for tours and meals?
So we actually have the brands through previous continually evolving and growing, but also factors in the investing.
And things like that, just really love your other values, family, and legacy, and impact. We were talking about earlier that both brands, Reno Rodeo and Tours, are over 100 years old. And so I love that we're still working together. It's a beautiful thing. And so what is your heart and making impact with your sponsorship at Reno Rodeo? What's the heart of Tours to do that for community? It's all about community and what we can do for rodeo. The more events we can receive, obviously the more beer we're going to sell. But rodeo is year-round. The rodeo committee here, George Combs and them, it isn't just for 3 weeks of rodeo. All the volunteers that work so hard at this rodeo, so they work all year long on this rodeo. And we as a partner of theirs work with them all year long to help them build this rodeo, make it the best rodeo in the United States of America. But we do that for every rodeo that we're responsible for, and probably over 275 PLC rodeos across the United States. It's incredible. That's a huge impact. And we talked earlier about what's one word that you would say that is the epitome of your community impact. Legacy. Yeah, legacy. Very, very great job. We're a legacy partner of the PLC, and we're a legacy brand. I love that so much. Well, I appreciate all you guys are doing for the Reno Rodeo, what you're doing for our community, the impact that we're making, not just with our rodeo, but rodeos across the country. We appreciate this keeping rodeo alive, and so thank you so much for your time this morning, and we appreciate you. Just a reminder, we have these two beautiful Tours jackets for our giveaway today, and so stay tuned to the end of the show to see who wins. Oh, one thing we forgot to talk about, yes, we do have something very exciting tonight. Oh, tell me more. So, the first 2,000 people that are over 21, you guys right away. And so tell me one more thing.
We also have the cool stuff for free during this rodeo.
Okay, great.
Entertainment down there. And banquets.
Oh gosh, okay. Yep, Coors Night it is, and so that is where the party is. Not just tonight for Coors Night, but all of rodeo. And so thank you again, you guys, for being on the show. And we look forward to future partnerships. Seems great to talk about. We'll see you soon, Reno Rodeo fans.
You learn a little something over 150 years. Starting is hard, but on the other side of that fight is legacy. Coors Banquet. Start your legacy.
Welcome to what I have covered with Country Financial is everything from the ground up.
Life insurance, home insurance, and auto insurance.
Country Financial's been great for us. 3 kids and houses and cars and a business, and it's very comforting to know that Country Financial's in our corner.
It's important to me to know that not only am I insured, I'm insured with a reputable company.
Our experience with Country has always been stress-free. They go above and beyond to help their clients.
They take care of what matters most to me.
Hey Reno Rodeo fans, I'm Lindsay Bridges and I'm one of your hosts of Reno Rodeo Live, and so I'm actually in the dock bar today and not in the studio because I want you to experience the vibe that this dock bar has, but also I want to introduce you to one of my friends. This is Colby Johnson, and he's going to help us figure out how do we make a different variation with our sponsor Jack Daniels. And so I think oftentimes we think you have to have a Jack and Coke, but you know, we're on day 5, 6, 7 of the rodeo and you think, I don't think I can drink a Jack and Coke. There are other options available, and Colby's going to teach us today. So thank you for coming in, Colby.
Oh, absolutely. Thanks for having me.
Oh, yeah, go ahead.
Oh, no. So I was thinking, since it's hot weather out and Reno is the richest rodeo in the West, a Gold Rush would be perfect for it.
Excellent. And so tell us a little bit about what's in a Gold Rush and why that you are the guide to make this.
So a Gold Rush is going to be, we're doing our Jack Daniels, our spirit of choice today. It will also be a honey simple syrup and some lemon juice. So it's pretty simple. It's a twist on a whiskey sour. If you don't have honey simple syrup at home, you can always use Jack Daniels honey whiskey and then just switch that out with a regular simple syrup. But a little bit about me. So I am a restaurant owner in Reno. I do own 2 restaurants here, Sierra Street Kitchen and Cocktails and Skyline Kitchen and Vine. And then cocktails and wine and food's always been my passion, so it's always just fun to experiment and do new drinks.
I love that. So let me get out of your way. I'll go this way so we can get this cocktail started.
Yeah, so we're going to start off with our Jack Daniels. We're going to do 1.5 ounces of that. And then after that, we're going to do a little bit of the honey simple syrup. And this is just equal parts honey and equal parts water, and you heat it up and it makes a simple syrup. And we'll do 3/4 ounce.
Okay.
And then we're going to do equal parts lemon juice, so 3/4 ounce again. And then that's all the ingredients in the cocktail. So now we're just going to throw in some ice, shake, and then pour.
Oh my gosh, I love that. Easy peasy. So tell me a little bit about what people can experience when they come into one of your restaurants.
They can experience, so we're very focused on local and Reno. One restaurant's going to be up in Collin Ranch, and it's heavily focused on cocktails and wine and then a bunch of great food.
Yeah.
And so it is fun because you kind of know everyone that comes in there because it is a neighborhood spot, while the downtown location is perfect for date nights or business meetings. I was going to say it's going to be a little more intimate and a little more just personal at the table.
Excellent. And so where can they find more information about your 2 restaurants?
We do have some social media, so skylinevine.com, that's our website, but and also our Instagram tag, and then Sierra Street Kitchen and Cocktails, and same with Instagram.
I love that. And so if you can't make it down to the dock bar, which you totally should because it's beautiful down here. They've done a great job making it fun and a speakeasy and just special. You can find tickets on renorodeo.com or call our website or call our office, and make sure that you're planning ahead because we know that ticket sales are almost sold out at the Reno Rodeo, but you can come in here, you can get great food and drink and watch the live performance on one of our big screens. So just want to say thank you to Colby for coming in, and make sure you go down to Skyline or Sierra Street and talk to him and say hi.
Keep it dirty. Get outside. Join the movement, a proud sponsor of the Reno Rodeo.
Down here at the food court, and we're at one of my absolute favorite places, the corn dog and lemonade, and we're going to sneak back here and see how these guys are made and what they do. So I'm anxious to know what the process is.
Yeah, so first we start with an all-beef Nathan's hot dog. We've got our skewers, as you can see over there, and we stab them. We go through a good amount every day. Then basically once they're stabbed, which you want to leave a couple inches so that first bite doesn't stick, and then you just start this dipping process. You make sure you want to cover the whole dog. You got to bat a little bit off of it. You don't want it to be too thick, then it's just too much breading. You wrap it around, and then if the fryer's too cold or the batter's too wet, it'll just start exploding into the deep fryer. So it has to be like the perfect consistency batter-wise and deep fryer temperature-wise.
About how long do you cook these suckers?
So they take about 7 to 8 minutes. On warmer days, the deep fryers work a little faster. On cooler day, it takes a little bit longer. So it kind of varies, but about 7 to 8 minutes usually.
So this is crazy. I know when I come up here, there's a line out here. About how long have you been doing this at Reno Rodeo?
So this stand itself has been here since probably about 40 years, because it's been through generations now. Me personally, it's been 19 years. This is my 19th rodeo, so.
That's incredible. I know you guys do a lot of events everywhere else. You mentioned a couple names. Is this something people can find online? Obviously, they need to taste it firsthand.
Yeah, so we actually, more popular than just our stand, we have a food truck called Sticks and Strips. And so we do a lot of different events in the summer, and we do like corn dogs, and then we do fresh battered chicken strips and fresh, beer battered French fries, stuff like that. Here at this stand, we do more like popcorn, the corn dogs, we do nachos, pretzels, more of the carny type food, carnival type food, cotton candy, kettle corn, all that stuff. So it kind of varies, and like you said, we do a lot of different events all around town, so our menu does vary depending on the event. So.
Well, I know the kids love it here, so if you're at Reno Rodeo, you're one of the first booths you're going to see. Bring the kids down. Yeah. I appreciate this.
We're easy to catch. We're right next to the Jack tent, so it's a pretty popular tent, so you can't miss us.
Fantastic. Thank you for what you do, and I'm going to go buy me a corn dog.
Right? Yeah, no, thank you for everything you do. Have a great day, you guys.
Supply has been serving Northern Nevada for over 50 years, providing plumbing, waterworks, HVAC, landscape, hydronics, and industrial products. As a proud sponsor of the Reno Rodeo, we may rely on the technology of the future, but we are always committed to the tried and true traditions of the past. From our customers to our employees to the beautiful Northern Nevada community we call home, we treat everyone with respect and give the deepest level of care. Western Nevada Supply, keeping it old school since 1964.
Renown Health has a plan. Our plan for you, a healthier future. Presenting the expansion of Renown South Meadows Medical Center, offering our entire community increased access to state-of-the-art services and care. From leading-edge technology for advanced surgical and diagnostic procedures, to care provided by skilled specialists and teams, to enhanced experiences and upgrades across the campus. We plan to help you achieve your best health today and tomorrow.
Welcome back, Reno Rodeo fans. I'm so excited for those corn dogs. And we actually had a couple of comments on my live feed about corn dogs. You have to get one. They're amazing. Our friend Jenny, they're her favorite. And so make sure that you stop by. And so just a reminder that you will have an option to stop by if you win these 2 viewing party tickets for tonight. You could also use them for the rest of rodeo and rodeo bucks. I'm telling you, this is the way that you want to go. Rodeo bucks are just the best. And so make sure that you stay tuned to us for the end of the show, and we'll pick a winner also for that Coolers giveaway. So, but first, I want to introduce you to my friend and somebody yours. This is Jen Campbell, and she's the co-founder of Awakening. And I want you to know a little bit more about what this nonprofit is doing and the impact that they are making in the community. You're also tonight's 50/50 raffle recipient, and so we're excited to have you here. Thanks for being so excited. So, Reno Rodeo, this is a great for tonight's 50/50 raffle. I can't tell you how much growing up in Reno I love the rodeo. And so, mainly because I love to dress up, but I love the bulls and the mutton busting is my favorite, always has been. And so, when those little kids get on those sheep, it just brings so much joy to my heart. And so, we're really weird. Thank you. Good. I'm so glad. And so, tell our viewers at home a little bit about what Awaken does and the impact that you're making in our community. Awaken has been in our community now for over 14 years, and we're fighting the commercial slippery slope. And so that involves the legal and illegal forms of prostitution. Obviously, we know Nevada is really is one of the barriers that we have to overcome, is because we are actually fighting against a state that thinks that legal means safe, or legal means consent, or legal means, oh, I'm choosing it, right? I mean, that's actually not the case at all. And so I think we've worked with girls as young as 10 years old, or personally with girls as young as 11, and not just too. Like, we would be shocked at how many young females and boys as well, girls that are just affected, especially by social media, and just kind of how sex sells in our culture. And I know sex trafficking has kind of become a buzzword, but we're almost hearing about it more recently. Tell me a little bit about why you think it's happening. I would say when Melissa Holland and I founded Awakening 2010, what we really saw was a lot of, I would say, traffickers were recruiting girls where kids hung out. And so we saw recruitment happening at buses, we saw recruitment happening at schools. And that's what still happens because supply and demand. So there's an increase in people who want to consume sex, specifically for minors, and minors really do sell. And you have to meet it. And now, because of social media, we've seen so much more recruitment happening online. And I think it has pros and cons. I think one is absolutely increased the issue. And we see TV shows, obviously, like The Cat House, and even like The Playboy, but we kind of make a joke out of it. We glamorize the culture, we glamorize what it looks like to be a working girl, if you will, and even call it an industry, which in a sense legalize it and puts a stamp of approval. But actually, when you look at the women and children that this affects, if we know that the average age of entry of those that are into the life of prostitution is around 12 to 15 years old, that's when they've actually entered in, but they're abused started years before. And so we have to target them at those early ages, at the 9, 10, even younger. We've seen abuse, and so we actually run a prevention program for girls that had first experienced sexual abuse but hadn't yet been trafficked. And so that is one of the precursors I have found to entering into a life of prostitution, because if we can get them before that trauma has ever happened to them, that would be a gift. And so we actually run a curriculum for those young girls. And it's one of my favorite things to do. Also, prevention work in schools. We can teach this next generation to know their worth, to know their value, to know how to recognize signs in themselves, in their friends, to know the symptoms of stress, because they're far less likely to fall. And I think a lot of people, when they say sex trafficking, they're thinking, like abroad. So we're talking about kids that are going to our middle schools, even as far as 5th graders being groomed into trafficking, because the average age again is 12 to 14. So we're talking about our kids. These are our homebred kids. They don't have to go out of state. They don't have to go out of the country. They can just drive it back, which is really scary. Right? In the last 14, 15 years, Awaken has worked with over 1,200 women and children, and some men and boys as well. And 99% of those are local. I can think of maybe 3 to 5 women and only one team that were actually trafficked internationally. And international trafficking absolutely happens. But what we see here in Reno, Nevada, and northern Nevada specifically, is a very isolated part of this issue. And so I can tell you, we've worked with girls out of just about every school in Washington County. And we couldn't say that until this year, our prevention team, Lindsay actually came with us. They got to go into GOLAC. From elementary school to high school, we spoke to every one of those students. And so it's incredible. This absolutely stands all across our community, and nobody is exempt. And no one is exempt. And that's a scary thought. It gives me almost a little bit of hope, because we know that we've identified the problems and now we can get rid of it. And so you talked a lot about prevention, which I absolutely love what you guys do in prevention. I've always been behind it. But we talk a little bit about what are some other things that you do to make an impact in these people's lives that are coming out of sexual exploitation. Yes, the direct services that we do is kind of a sort of pillar. We have a transitional house and an education center, helping the teens reach their educational goals through high school diploma, whether they're getting their high school equivalency or their actual diploma. They can do schooling at Awaken and route them down with mentors, tutors, case managers. We have a hosting program for the teens right now. Tuesday they came to the Reno Rodeo. Yesterday they went to Lake Tahoe. Today they're back in Awaken, and they're making salad out a month and create your own pizza. And so, every week we're going to take them to summer camp. We're going to take them to Rodeo. And we try to create childhood memories. It's like, you may hate bowling, but you might find you actually love knitting. And you still hate bowling at the end of the day, but you love those that you're bowling with. And so our goal is to actually give you a sense of what is possible for yourself. What are other interests? What are hobbies? We create goals every day. And so what is your goal for today? But ultimately is going to lead you to a different life. And it can be relational goals. Because sometimes it's hard. You need to talk to people. You need to make friends. And so our whole goal is one of the clinicians always like to talk to the snake. Like a snake doesn't just shed its skin and make new skin. You have to give these women and girls opportunities to bring new skin on them before they can have to shed its skin. And so that's what new coping mechanisms, new friendships, new living situations, education, new housing. And so we try to resource within the community. And so that's probably one of the biggest needs. So what are the different resources for community actions? Because this isn't just an issue for like getting claims, but it's our community that's going to bring this together. And so my sphere of influence is different than yours, but we need your sphere as much as mine. And so how do we actually become the bridge? And instead of just a lid, but the bridge to help these things children find truth. I love that Reno Rodeo really aligns with Awaken in terms of community. And so we know that healthy community really does things for the girls and the women that we work with on Awaken. And so and that aligns with, we really believe that Reno is important to us. And so Reno Rodeo puts money and time and effort around it to make our community that much healthier. And so you guys aren't just about Reno though, you guys are going bigger and broader. And so recently did a documentary. We actually have a trailer for that, and so I'm going to see if we can throw it to that trailer so you guys can think of the documentary that they have just produced.
I thought that this was my person. I thought I had found, happiness and would be protected by this person.
They call me the magic man. Got a trick up my sleeve. Always pulling the upper hand. I win and repeat. My method is so advanced, like a supercomputer. I wind them up like a rubber band, and I send them back to the future.
One day he picked me up from a job interview and we drove up Tropicana, and I had asked him well, where are we going? And he told me, he's like, I have somebody I want you to meet. We pulled into the Orleans parking lot and this girl opened the car door and I looked at him and I was like, what are we doing? And he put his foot on my upper thigh and kicked me out the car and said, go make Daddy proud.
Obviously, you can see that documentary is super impactful, and I really believe that it's going to make a change in the understanding of commercial sexual exploitation, not just for Nevadans, but for the country. And so, tell me a little bit about what it's looked like, the awards, just to be getting us out and the plans for it. Since we promoted this past November, we've actually performed festivals too. And so that's supposed to be the first year, and we do hope to want to get it out to everybody. But we just won the Spirit People's Award at the Nevada Women's Film Festival. We've won Paris, we're in Toronto, Sweden, which is a huge honor as well. And so we really see that getting momentum and people really enjoying it. And so hopefully I would love to host another sign. Anyone out there that has a screen, we would love to come to your business or to your community and show the documentary. You could do Q&A afterwards as well. But we really want to get the message out there. And so when you think about what is success look like for us? And obviously I would want justice and restoration for all of those affected. But as a community, awareness is key. If the community doesn't know this is an issue, they can't do anything for it, and they can't do anything. And so I want to empower our community actually to take a stand for these women, for these children, to say, I'm actually never going to die of commercial sex again. If I have, I'm not going to do it. And so we're going to quit buying sex. And two, we're going to end the legal sex trade here in Nevada. All throughout our state, we should not be doing this as a sex trade. And so I would love to see that in documentary. So I appreciate that we have the opportunity to share the documentary, but how are some other ways that we can get people involved? Because awareness is key, but we need action. And so how can people support you other than Awaken thrives on more volunteers and more mentors and more tools. We have a news team, so a lot of community engagement happens on the dinner table and even some of the they need to talk to us, but they need a community that can engage us. And so tons of murals, we have a transportation team as well to get the women and girls to and from therapy and other Awaken activities. And if you Rodeo website, renorodeo.com. And you can purchase tickets from there. And so we're so excited that you are here today, and so thank you. Would you like to, speaking of tickets also, would you like to give away our viewing party tickets and our Reno Rodeo bus? Absolutely. So I'm going to let you pick a winner out of our comments. So again, for 50/50 raffle, you don't have to be in my seat. You go on renorodeo.com. There'll be more information about the 50/50 raffle, and you can buy tickets there and even find out who won. And so our ticket winner for tonight's viewing party is going to be Tamara. I'm going to butcher your last name, but Tamara Estefini. Excellent. So yes, and so they not only won viewing party tickets, but rodeo bucks too, and so we're so excited about that. And you can pick them up at the local, at the admissions office, and so I'll take those down there right after today's show. And so now we need to pick up our two winners for our Coors bucket. So again, thank you to Coors for coming on the show today. Thank you. Just a reminder, if you are coming down to the rodeo, you pick first 2,000 people over 21 get a free bandana. And our winners for our Coors jackets will be Genesis and Dylan. Genesis and Dylan, excellent. We are so excited for you, and so I will send you a message of how you can pick those up today. Again, thank you, Reno Radio fans, for tuning in, and we're excited to see you tomorrow.
Welcome to Reno!